culture gone bad has been very bad. We've been terrible, Juppie.
Terrible, terrible. People thought we divorced.
I mean, to separate, you have to live together. Luckily, I mean, you're a lovely Juppie, but I would never want to live with you. I'm sure you feel the same about me.
Yeah, I don't think I could live with anyone, generally speaking.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we did not divorce. Let's explain this before people get.
But we also didn't get married, just to be
We didn't get
clear.
married either. Yeah, we've been extremely, extremely, extremely busy.
Yes,
Last winter.
been busy. We've been busy for the past year. Yeah, because we've been traveling a lot.
Oh yeah, we have traveled a lot, haven't we?
Yeah, we explored, I would say, different continents even. I mean, to be honest, both you and I, we fulfilled every Westerner fetishistic that dream of traveling to Asia.
Asia, North Africa, Middle East. Yes, I've been in 3 different continents since we spoke last time. So yes.
Yeah, amazing. Right, Juppie, tell everyone wants to know, how was Japan? Did you go to Sailor Moon Cafe?
Oh no, I did not go to Sailor Moon Cafe. Japan is fantastic. I would not live with you, but also I would not live with you in Japan. Because sorry, I'm gonna die now. It's a fantastic country. Have you been to Japan?
No, I have not.
But you've been to Korea, right?
But yeah, while you've been salivating over Japanese man, I have been enjoying Korean culture.
Men and men.
No, I actually didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't get any Korean man. No.
So Japan, apparently, everybody that has been to both Japan and Korea told me that Japan is Korea on steroids. It's truly beautiful. It's truly beautiful. I would never live there. And also the quality of life, the standard of life and the quality of life are extremely high. Things that we could only dream of in the West. However, it's a very different world. I don't think it's very easy to adapt to such a different mindset.
I don't know. I have no problem adopting to a smart toilet, Juppie.
Oh, that is very easy to adapt. That is very easy. When I went back home, I thought that my toilet was like, I don't know, the Stone Age toilet or something. No, the technology is truly amazing, but there are customs that I don't think, and also they follow rules in a very different way. I don't know if it's not very easy to adapt. And this is, by the way, this is one of the reasons why I appreciate Japanese people so much, because they develop their own modernity and their own postmodernity almost completely independently from the West. So they are postmodern without being Westernized, and that's fantastic. I think it's a different interpretation of.
I mean, it's very interesting, right? We both following Second World War and following Korean War. We both are very connected to America, but I think it's their own version of Western capitalism in a way.
Yeah,
it's their own capitalism. But yeah, I've never felt so alien anywhere in my life. Like I felt like it was so obvious at every single step what we are foreign. Like I think especially living in London, I feel like, oh my God, like we are so used to multicultural, multinational exposure, but this is the thing. In there, it's all singular. It's very monolithic society, and it's very collectivist society, and moral standards are very different, and it's incredible. But yeah, I think we are not welcoming, I think, immigration, but also to immigrate there, I think it's going to be a huge challenge. And I think in the UK, it's difficult, but you can integrate. But the reason why you can integrate in the UK is because we have very big international society and community here. Because, I mean, truly, how many people who come here integrate into actual British society? Like fully British, not many, but international community is very welcoming. But because we do not really have that much of international community there, it's very different station. But nevertheless, amazing. And to be honestly, the food, the drinks, coffee they drink there, it's next level. I mean, like you said, the standard of basic things like cleanliness, food, some sort of basic organization, technology is incredible. Yeah, high-speed internet.
Oh yes, oh yes, yeah, and also you find in Japan a lot of old people working. They give jobs to very old people. They have a massive problem, I think, across all Asian countries of aging population. In Japan, it's very visible, and so you have that, and you have also people tend to follow the rules more. Even basic things. Now, both in Japan and in Korea, you're saying the influence of the United States. One thing that did not come from the United States is this primacy of individuality, actually the primacy of individualism. They are both very, very collectivistic society. They do things for society, not themselves. Now, in both countries, there is a phenomenon called death by overwork. People die because they work too much. And the reason why they die because they work too much, the reason why they work too much is that after the war, they had to reconstruct the country, in Korea especially. And they have, in order to reconstruct the country, they started working insane hours. And now people feel it as a moral obligation to contribute to society by overworking, and some people die because of it. Now, and then after I went to Egypt, and I found a marvelous, I can't wait to go back to Egypt. It's very different from here. It's very different from Italy as well. However, I felt more at home. It's a Muslim country, different religion, different, you know.
Did they offer you to open a bank account as well, a Muslim bank account?
Oh no, apparently they're very good Muslim bank accounts because there is less speculation because it's a sin in Islam. So apparently the Muslim bank accounts are very good. Anyway, I felt at home because it reminded me Cairo. Cairo is a crazy city. You've been, right?
Yeah, I've been. It's been a long time.
It's a crazy city. I've never seen anything like that. Very fascinating, very crazy. And you've got these beautiful buildings and next to it a bidonville, like people living in total poverty next to those marvelous buildings. So I felt like in Sardinia, in Italy in the 1980s, it was like almost reminiscent of something that I used to know. So my point being that I felt more at home in Egypt than in Tokyo for some reason. And, you know, but having said that, both of my trips are fantastic. All right.
Well, isn't it lovely? Well, we also been busy with going to gym. Juppie, did you go to gym today?
Yes, I went to gym.
Yeah.
I worked out my legs, which I don't know if it's the same for you, but for boys, the leg day is the one that is least welcomed.
I don't know. I do like to do a leg day. I actually also did a leg day today. I did squatting, and my home gym, well, not home gym, a building in which I live, a gym is under refurbishment. So I have to go to branch gym. So I went to Gymbox today. Gymbox has some very attractive people, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, because it's more expensive. More expensive gyms have attractive people. I don't know why there is this correlation, but
money and attractiveness.
Well, yeah,
money looks good.
Must be money.
Okay, very interesting. Money. Well, we must test that. That's a big hypothesis.
Yeah, that's a hypothesis to test.
Yeah, maybe we should do a field trip. Yeah, to gym. Anyway, I was really enjoying some personal trainers at the Gymbox today. Like, they're looking really good. So yeah, my leg day today was a pleasure, I have to confess.
No, I mean, I'm very serious with my leg day because I cannot stand those people with very thin legs and very chunky upper body. So I'm very careful about never skipping leg day, but your first instinct is always to skip leg day because it's hard, because the legs are very, very big. But I am really did you notice how going to gym is almost, from on the one hand, is people like that, people like fit people. On the other hand, there is a little bit of stigma. The moment you go to gym, the moment you diet, oh my gosh, have you got a problem? Oh my gosh, have you got dysmorphophobia?
Yeah, but it's the same with drinking. Like, Drippy, you know what? I pretty much stopped drinking alcohol. Like,
welcome to the club.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, once this podcast is over, we're gonna go and get drunk. No, not actually, Drippy. I've never, like, I feel like I've drank a lot when I was a student, and I sort of was drinking casually, but over the past couple of years, I really cut down, and now I only have drink like once in a few months, and now I'm considering I probably will stop completely because it just doesn't make me feel good. But anyway, it's my personal choice. The thing is what you mentioned about social integration, but it's very peculiar thing, because often when I go to an event and when I choose not to drink, there are two reactions. Sometimes people are shocked and very surprised, and it looks like way, like you say, assume I have a problem with alcohol. And well, I do have a problem with alcohol because I think it's not good for my health. But what I also notice, the moment you say you don't drink, they're trying to over accommodate you, trying to offer you extra snacks or something extra, because it looks like you're suffering. Whereas I feel absolutely comfortable just drinking water. Like I was at the event there was a jewelry brand event, Dante Alighieri. Yeah, Alighieri. And they had a new collection launched in Clerkenwell last week. And the moment I told the waiter what I do not drink, I just want some water, he kept on bringing me one snack after another every 5 minutes, because I think we felt very bad. Unlike other people, I'm not drinking, which, to be honest, for me didn't matter at all. But I feel like actually sometimes when you do not participate, you can make other people feel awkward.
Yeah. So I'm a teetotal. And I've never gotten drunk in my life. I don't even know what it means to be drunk. And every time I say I'm a teetotal, I've got two kinds of reactions, only two kinds of reactions. Either people don't know what it means, like English people who ignore the existence of this word just because it's not common. So
I also didn't know what it meant until recently.
And the other thing is, well, why should you know if you don't use the word? So, and the other reaction I get is that people think I've got a problem. Now they can't fathom, they can't contemplate the possibility that I simply don't like drinking or the idea of drinking.
It's just very bad. It's everyone's personal choice, but I think especially as older I get, I can tell a difference. Even I had like, very like small shot of spirit, I'm not myself for the next 2 weeks, and this is too expensive. Like the price for consuming alcohol, it's too expensive, so I don't think it's a choice. But Drippy, I've been very regular at the gym for the past maybe 10-15 years, and I tell you, very interesting trend. I think especially after COVID, more people now are going to gym. Like before, I remember I would go to gym at not popular hours and it would be empty. Now there is always people, maybe because working hours became more flexible, but I think gym became more popular.
I think in part lately, I'm not joking, is due to the war in Ukraine, because the electricity became more expensive and people want to shower at gym.
Everyone just goes to gym.
I know a lot of people.
Maybe they have sex in the shower.
I don't know, probably, but they tell me, but that would be the same thing before. But I heard a lot of people saying that they prefer to shower at gym and, to save, and that's probably a possibility.
You know what? Yeah. I used to do it when I was young and didn't have any money, and I used to live in a shared flat. I would go to gym to take a shower. I felt it was more hygienic than people on my life.
But also there must be something also, you are right about working hours. At the same time, I think there may be something related to the fact that we are increasingly living a social media life, and social media are not very forgiving. And not everyone is comfortable with using filters, because filters are a lie. So people would rather, look at themselves. I mean, there is so many women risking their lives to do a BBL, a Brazilian butt lift, which is a very expensive very, besides expensive, also very dangerous procedure. And they're doing it because they're influenced also by social media. So people get influenced by that, and they want to be hot and fit, It's not just Schwarzenegger like in the 80s that should have that body. I should take part in it as well. On the other hand, and that's the point that I wanted to make earlier, you have the opposite trend, people glorifying fat and glorifying,
body positivity.
Body positivity, which I think is another problematic thing, because it's not healthy. And they are trying to sell it as, identity, because everything is identity. You can't do anything that is not somehow embedded into your identity today.
But you know what? I'll tell you a very unpopular opinion now. I grew up in a very unpopular country. But because honestly, where I'm coming from, it's not nice. I do not wish anyone to be born there, really. But I come from a very small mining city in Siberia. It's not a nice place. It's freezing cold. It's very hardcore. It's everything like you have in your Russian nightmare stories.
I think you convinced me.
Yeah. I mean, you've met me in person, so you can probably tell. But the message was, you need to work hard to make something else out of yourself, like to progress somewhere in life. And with this spirit, I think, the idea what you need to look after yourself and look good, look better, be healthy, is something which allows you to make this next step in your life, or maybe progress somehow, somewhere. And I think the body positivity movement comes from a plentiful lifestyle of West. And because people have been raised, even if they didn't experience the wealthiest upbringing, their upbringing was level up better compared to average Russian upbringing. So I think this body positivity comes out of people having quite a comfortable life already. Whereas if you come from a life where you had to struggle, or you saw this real poverty, you saw this real harsh reality, I think you would do anything not to go back to that.
I think you are 100% right. And to back what you're saying, it's also the same reason why immigrants, first generation immigrants and second generation immigrants are usually very successful
and their children
in England. And their children, no, their grandchildren are not. When they stop having that immigrant mentality of working hard and not wanting to go back, that's when they become, Americans, fully Americans with an American mindset, or fully British with a British mindset. Then they stop. Essentially, they become like regular British. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why you see first generation or second generation immigrants doing very well in society, improving their life standards so much, and then after some generations it stops, or that drive, and it's exactly because of what you're saying, because of this plentiful, comfortable life. But the funny thing is, did you see the latest, one of the latest, I think is I hope is the latest, and I hope there will never be another one, a video and song of Sam Smith?
No, I didn't have a pleasure. What happened?
You must watch it. You must watch that thing. It's one of the ugliest. But ugly is not the word. Is ugly is not the word, because ugly has a point. There is an aristocracy of ugliness, but this is not even ugly. This is abhorrent video of Sam Smith dressed like a whore, with his fat body, or their fat body, I don't know which pronounce because it keeps changing, and showing and dancing around. Now, I don't have a problem with this. What I have a problem with is whoever surrounds Sam Smith. So Sam Smith has been one of those people championing body positivity and saying, "Oh, fat is beautiful."
I'm just trying to remember when he started his career.
He was not,
fine.
Yeah, he was cute. Yeah.
And
yeah,
when I remember, maybe I'm wrong, but I think there was some scandal with Satanism, right, as well, with him, and something like he was worshipping Satan on stage. No,
I remember.
Oh, maybe.
No, I don't. It could be because he's one of those. He is Lil Nas without the talent of Lil Nas. So. No, and without the hot body of Lil Nas as well. So no, but the point is this: if you want to embrace your fat, and if you want to say fat is good, I'm okay with this. I think you are totally. More power to you. You know what I mean? I am with you. The problem is that he wants me to think he's hot. No, it's not just about what you are, it's what you want other people to agree with. But then, if you watch the video, it's incredible. Everybody in the video is hot except Sam Smith, which is very contradictory, because you want to sell me this idea of body positivity, and you surround yourself with hot men and women in your crazy, deranged world. You are the only one allowed to be fat in a world of hot men and women. So it's a very contradictory. I don't have a problem with, I'm quite welcoming with everybody's shape. What I am not welcoming with is the moralism towards.
Okay, no, Drippy, like, let's be very clear. It's not what you're gonna take a stick and you're gonna hate people who are overweight. But
no,
you still wouldn't want to have sex with a fat person, would you?
But that's the thing. One thing is to say, I have the right to exist. You totally have the right to exist. Once again, more power to you. Another thing is to say, but then everybody should change, should accommodate me, and should pretend that I am the hot person that I think I deserve to be,
overweight person,
without making any effort. Now, and this is still okay, but then why do you surround yourself with stereotypically hot men? So why is it that you want to champion body positivity only for yourself, but not for others? That is not inclusivity. That is not diversity. That is, and also Sam Smith's boyfriend is also the pictures I've seen is a regular hot man.
Or at least, it sounds like you are a fan of Sam Smith. When is he performing in London next?
I hope no. In other words, the problem is not your kilos, your shape. That's not the problem. The problem is what you want other people to think. The problem is the imaginary that you build around yourself that contradicts your own idea. The problem is always that. It's not.
I mean, look, the thing is, we are animals in the end of the day, human beings. And let's be honest, like most animals, they on the nature, they do not get fat. Maybe bear gets fat to sleep in the winter, right? Because bear will use this fat to keep nutrients coming into the body. But realistically, we should be fit and healthy because we need to be able to get basic skills ready. Like if we need to run, we need to be able to run. If we need to lift something, if we need to reach up, down, if we need to sit down, if we need to squat, these are important body functioning movements. Once you get to some point in your body, you will not be able to do it. It's not because, like, I'm not talking about being like, athletically ready every moment of your life. But I mean, we need to be healthy in terms of our mobility, body functionality. This is what health is really. And it's not about specific body type or body shape. But I think we somehow leave this conversation behind and we get to accept people, but we accept them because how we look, but we don't actually talk about real health. And I think this is a big,
like, at the same time, I think I also think people have the right, if they want, to be unhealthy. I think people should have the right to be unhealthy. So I'm not morally preaching. My problem is that they are morally preaching on me that I should acknowledge, I don't know which beauty. To answer your question, would I have sex with a fat person? Maybe. But even if I do it, I am not doing it because you are somehow expecting me to. Does it make sense? It should be something that comes from me, not something that I should be compelled, because otherwise if I say no, I'm discriminating them. No, I'm not discriminating them. Everybody's entitled to their own preferences. And I'm not saying I wouldn't. Maybe I would, but not because it's morally good. Just if I'm attracted in that specific moment, I would.
Or I would only have sex because I think I'm morally bad, because it is morally bad. No, Drippy, I think it's very interesting. The reason why I ask, and I thought you would probably sort of lead with your answer to it. What I realized, we live in a culture of working out, social media. There is a lot of body performance in display of body, right? There is a lot of our culture, big part of our culture is about body on display. And, like you say, people do extreme plastic surgeries, injections, workout, they take supplements which are like unhealthy. But what I realized, it doesn't mean that these people in our society overall becomes more erotic or more sexualized. Because I even was at the Central St. Martin's graduate shows last week. And what I realized, a lot of students, and I mean like students I've met, a lot of students like to experiment with their body. They like to show naked body. There is a big obsession with fetishism, I think, right now. And I don't know where it's coming from, but I think fetishism, BDSM is very, very much on the rise. But what I understand, it doesn't make individual person more sexy or more eroticized. Like, you can put all the latex, you can do all the plastic surgery, but it's more about how you present yourself. So you can have a person in a room who looks like, the absolute top athlete, has all the desirable face features. And then you can have Sam Smith next to this person. And since Sam Smith can be more erotic, not because of how we look, but more about how they present themselves.
I think in the case of fashion, I feel it's very non-sexy to create collections about sexiness. In other words, jockstraps for
Tom Brown
gay men. That's what I was going to. Jockstraps are in themselves are hot, but they're hot because they come from sports. Right? The moment in which you make a fashion item out of them, you lose me, because the point of them is not sexiness, it's fashion. So every time fashion, and the same thing when Moschino did that collection with harnesses, the moment in which you're fashioning it up, it's the moment in which it's not hot anymore for me, because it becomes a parody of sexiness. So that's the problem I have. I think the obsession of these young guys, I haven't been to this Central St. Martin show, I've seen the previous one, which was like a month ago. Was it? Maybe. The graduation show? The one with fishnets all over the models. It was abhorrent. I think the first problem is you are a fashion designer. If you send models naked and you don't believe in clothes, why should I? So that's the first problem.
Well, okay. You evidently don't, Drippy. You're not very much today.
No, I'm not a fashion designer, so I'm allowed. But if you as a fashion designer don't create clothes and you're telling me that I need to embrace my naked body, that's fine. You will be jobless tomorrow because I don't need you to tell me that. So that's the first problem. And second is that too much, and I said this many times, even in this podcast, too much emphasis is being shifted onto the bodies that wear the clothes rather than the clothes themselves. I'm tired of representation. In other words, I'm not saying it's wrong, obviously. I am tired of shifting the attention from clothes to models. I don't care about the model. I do not care about them. In an ideal world, I should. Do you remember that beautiful collection that Margiela showed without any models? There's like this old man taking the garments outside because the focus was on the garment, not on the model. And Margiela did something else as well. He covered the faces of the models, this anonymity. No, the anonymity is not for any specific reason. It's just because the focus should be on the clothes. You create clothes. That's how you change my life. It's not through moral lecturing, through telling me, what morality should I embrace about beauty and, and diversity. That's not your job. Your job is to create clothes that people want to buy and people want to wear and to change my life by giving me amazing garments. If you're not able to do that, too bad. Okay, because I don't know how to make clothes, but I can tell people, I know how to tell people that the world should be better and people should be more diverse, etc., etc. But that will not, to me, that's not fashion. Fashion is another thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes nakedness is not actually exciting or sexy. Think about even traditional representation of body in art history, where there's always an element of accessory or some clothing. It always looks sexy when there is some clothing left, right? We do not want to see fully naked body. We want it to be accessorized.
And sometimes nakedness in the history of art is used to convey something completely different that has nothing to do with sexiness. In Botticelli, very often is used to convey truth. For instance, do you know the painting of Botticelli about the virtues?
The virtues.
Yes, is about truth, I think. Let me look for the title of that painting. It's one of the most beautiful, is one of the most difficult.
Botticelli is really mesmerizing, right?
So it's called the Calumny of Apelles. Okay. And the Calumny of Apelles, and you have this series of vices and scenes, etc., throughout the painting. And the last woman is the last person in this painting is a naked woman pointing to the skies, and she is truth, and truth is naked. Okay, because truth appears bare.
So maybe students were showing us the truth, but we didn't learn anything.
Exactly. Another reason why I think they go back to what you were saying, to this fetish and sexiness, is because that was the style of the 1990s. Now there is a big revival of the 1990s, I think, in general. But also they keep returning to the last moment in which every taboo was falling. And that taboos fell in the 1990s. The last taboos fell in the 1990s in fashion. So with all the sexiness of Gucci and Versace. So this is the painting. You see, it's a very complicated painting. If you have a moment after, read the description because it's fantastic. And then you've got this old woman with, I think it's Calumny, this old woman. And then behind Calumny, behind all this series of scenes and, the nakedness of truth that points at God, at the skies. Okay.
This is amazing. Where is this painting?
It's so beautiful. Today? It's so beautiful. It's Sandro Botticelli. Where is it? I don't know. It's not said. I don't know if this is in Uffizi. I don't know. But Botticelli had this idea that he was very Christian, very Catholic. He died in poverty, but he was very obsessed with mythology and symbology. So his paintings are always much deeper than what they seem.
What I can wish to us and all our listeners, we should have the approach to aesthetics on a level of Botticelli, but have our financial means on a level of Raphael.
Exactly, yeah. Botticelli died quite poor. He was a beggar.
And Raphael would only paint people if they paid well.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, Raphael. What a beautiful, what a beauty, Raphael. By the way, I've been to Oxford recently, and I've been to the museum in Oxford. It's fantastic.
Ashmolean.
Yeah, the Ashmolean Museum. It's fantastic. It's something
it's amazing.
Amazing. The only problem, I think, is that there is too much stuff, and it looks like a cabinet of curiosities at some point, because there is too much stuff all there, and it doesn't give you time to process everything. Other than that, the individual pieces that they have are fantastic, I think.
Yeah, it's a place worth visiting for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Drupi, on this note, is there anything else you have?
No, I think we've been pretty
bad. Yeah, we promise we will not be any better. What can I say?
Well, if people are looking for optimism, they shouldn't be probably here. Oh, by the way, this is what I bought in the Ashmolean Museum.
What did you buy, Drupi? Oh,
It's ahead of that. Is the kitschest thing in the world. I love this kitsch things. It's a vase, and I use it for my microphone because it's very cute.
Yeah, very nice. Amazing. All right. Well, on this note, until next time.
Until next time, bye.